Have you just clicked on this video because your Wi-Fi is driving you crazy? Are you looking at mesh systems like Google Wi-Fi, desperate to finally end the buffering in your bedroom? I was you, and I'm here to tell you, don't buy Google Wi-Fi. At least not yet. Not before you hear about the three massive problems that almost nobody talks about in the reviews. But here's what surprised me. Despite those flaws, I still have it running in my home, and for a very specific type of person, it might actually be the perfect solution. Therefore, stick around, because by the end of this you'll know exactly if it's for you or a total waste of money. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's get the obvious out of the way first. This is an honest review. I'm not sponsored by Google. I bought this system with my own money to test in a real, frustrating home with thick walls and too many devices. On paper, and on Amazon where it has a 4.5-star rating, Google Wi-Fi looks like a slam dunk. It's a mesh system, meaning you get a main point that replaces your old router, and then you can add more little hockey pucks around your house. They all talk to each other to create one big, seamless network. Google promises this will blanket up to 1,500 square feet per point, with a 3-pack covering a whopping 4,500 square feet. They say it intelligently works behind the scenes to keep things fast. It has simple setup via the Google Home app, and even includes parental controls. The price is tempting, often found around $60 for a single point. So what's the problem? Why am I telling you not to buy it immediately? Therefore, let's dive into problem number 1, the Google Home app jails. Setup is indeed simple, almost deceptively so. You plug it in, scan a QR code with your phone, and you're off to the races. But here's the contrarian snapback. That simplicity comes at a tremendous cost: control. Or rather, the lack of it. Once you're in the Google Home app, you are locked in a digital playpen with rounded corners and friendly colors. Want to change a basic channel on your 5 GHz band? Nope. Want to adjust transmission power? Absolutely not. Want to see a detailed client list with connection times and data usage? Forget it. It's like being given a sports car that only has an automatic transmission and a locked hood. It drives, but if you know anything about engines, you'll feel utterly handcuffed. This is the first major trade-off. They've sacrificed advanced features for a clean, foolproof interface. For a tech novice, this is a blessing. For a power user or even a moderately curious person, it's a slow-burn frustration. I spent more time trying to find a setting that didn't exist than I did actually setting the thing up. It's the tech equivalent of asking for a spreadsheet and getting a smiley face sticker. Cute, but not helpful. But maybe you're thinking, I don't need all that nerdy stuff, I just want my Netflix to not buffer. Fair enough. Therefore, let's talk about problem number 2, the performance potholes. Google says it works intelligently behind the scenes, and it does most of the time. The mesh technology is legit. Walking from room to room without dropping a Zoom call is magical. However, the keyword is most of the time. I noticed something strange. During peak hours, when everyone in my house was streaming, gaming, and video calling all at once, the system would sometimes get confused. It would prioritize oddly. My video call would stutter while a background device downloading updates sucked up bandwidth. Where are the robust quality of service OS controls to manually fix this? Buried. The app lets you prioritize a device for a short time, but it's a temporary band-aid, not a permanent fix. It's like having a smart assistant that's brilliant 80% of the time, but 20% of the time it tries to make a smoothie in your laundry machine. Furthermore, that coverage promise, up to 1,500 square feet per point, carries a huge asterisk. As the product description quietly admits, home size, materials, and layout affect signal. My 1800 SQ FT home with some plaster walls needed 2 points, not 1, for reliable coverage everywhere. The up to is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. You might need more pucks than you think, which changes the value proposition dramatically. Alright, 2 big problems: a dumbed-down app and occasional performance quirks. Is that enough to say don't buy it? Not quite. Therefore, here is the final, and for me, the most surprising problem number 3, the privacy paranoia paradox. This is a Google product. Its entire purpose is to be a central hub in your home, managing every single byte of data that enters and leaves your devices. The app is simple, but it collects data to improve your experience. You manage it through the same Google Home app that controls your Nest cameras and speakers. For some, this integration is a dream. For others, it's a privacy nightmare wrapped in a minimalist shell. There's a certain irony in paying for a device that might, in some abstract way, contribute to the data profile a company has on you. It's like inviting the census taker to sleep on your couch and report back on how many times you watch cat videos at 2 a.m. This isn't a unique problem to Google, but it's more poignant here because of the brand. You're not just buying a router, you're inviting a specific ecosystem into your home's core infrastructure. This realization was my biggest "oh, right" moment. But wait, I promised a twist. I told you I still use it. Therefore, let's snap back to the resolution. Who is Google Wi-Fi actually perfect for? After all this complaining, who should buy it? If you are a self-proclaimed not a tech person, if the phrase port forwarding makes you sweat, if you want something that works out of the box with zero tinkering and looks good on a shelf, this is your champion. For grandparents, for busy parents who just need the internet to work so the kids stop screaming, for small apartments or homes with straightforward layouts, Google Wi-Fi delivers on its core promise. It eliminates the Wi-Fi headache. The parental controls are dead simple to pause devices at dinner. Setting up a guest network is a two-tap affair. It's reliable enough for 90% of users 90% of the time. The problems only become apparent at the edges. It's the Honda Civic of mesh systems, not flashy, not powerful, but incredibly dependable for daily commuting. Thinking of it as a router is where you get frustrated. Think of it as an internet appliance, and it starts to make sense. So, don't buy Google Wi-Fi if you're a networking hobbyist who loves to tweak settings. Don't buy it if you have a gigantic, complex home and expect one pack to be a miracle cure. Don't buy it if you're deeply uncomfortable with the Google ecosystem. However, do buy Google Wi-Fi if you value simplicity and reliability above all else. Do buy it if you're already invested in Google Home and want that unified control. Do buy it if your current router is a decade old and you just want an easy, massive upgrade without a headache. The value is immediate. Within minutes, you'll have a solid whole home network that you can manage from your phone. It just works, even if it works on its own sometimes quirky terms. Therefore, my final take is this. Google Wi-Fi is a fantastic product with very specific flaws. It's not for everyone, but for its target audience. The person who wants Wi-Fi to be as simple as flipping a light switch. It's arguably one of the best options out there. It solved my coverage problems, even if it created a few new, smaller puzzles. It made my family stop complaining, which is honestly worth every penny. If you're in that camp, you'll be very happy. Check the link in the description for the best current price on Amazon, and see if it's the right fit to finally blanket your home in reliable Wi-Fi. Thanks for watching.